So in this first chapter, I'm going to be talking a bit about how we create the low poly. Now, there's a few aspects to this that make it different from modeling the high poly. Obviously, you can have a lot of tries in here, so I'll be talking about how you optimize things, how to always make sure that you keep the try count under control. I'll also talk about when to keep things as a separate object and when to keep things as a single object. You can see here, this thing, we've made a lot of the pieces as one single continuous object. On the high poly, we did this in a different way. I'm also going to be talking about reusing parts from the high poly, such as this thing up at the top here. There's no point in redoing it. It's easier to clean this up than it is to completely remodel it. Some other pieces that have a more complex shape, I might decide to just completely redo them. We'll also be talking a little bit about UVs. Maybe you can remember, but this thing is not really symmetrical, but I've modeled it symmetrical first, and we'll be keeping UVs in mind a little bit for the next chapter. Same with these things here, because I'm always repeating the same element. I want to save myself some UV time, and that's why I'm not going to forget about UVs until, not consider UVs until the point really arrives. We'll also be talking a little bit about things like these splines here, and making sure that this lines up nicely with the high poly. Let me just unhide a few of these high poly layers, and we can have a look then. As you can see, I'm trying to make sure that the low poly nicely encompasses the high poly. I'm trying to find a nice average where when baking these things should match up correctly. Like you can see here, this is a good example where half of it is sticking out and half of it is inside the low poly, which is what I think is the best way to do these things. Other than that, this chapter is pretty much straightforward, crunching through these multiple low poly objects. And that should be about it.